Hello. Hello, my name is Christopher Wilkinson, and I am the translator of the Vajrasattva Mahatantra from Tibetan to English, and I'm reading it here, a few chapters each week. And right now we are on chapter 29, which is on page 237. An explanation of the basic scene. Then again, the community that was the audience of self-evident playfulness addressed Vajrasattva with these words: Kemao Sattva Vajra, you, the true nature of all the Buddhas is their bodies, speech, and minds, which are inconceivable. O protector, my question to you is, how are we to be without praise or blame? How are we to actually explain this? As for the time, how is it that we are one? How are things in the abode of Akanishta? How is it with our true natures, our views, and what turns out to be real? What is it that is called the basic scene? Our self-originating hearts are spontaneously realized, and we are beyond praise and blame. The heart of the uncontrived wheel of precious jewels is a heart of clear light that does not change. We use methods that are secret to cut through the pathways that are marked by exaggerations and depreciations. We teach that in our own uncontrived way of settling into the base, our awareness of our hearts is real. It is just like pouring water into water. By living in happiness, we go to the other side. We are all perfected within a single heart. So from the primordial, there have been no exaggerations or depreciations. When something is explained by someone to someone at some time, it is like that. That is the way it is for us all. A master of the self-originating perfection of the heart is essentially a master who holds everything. This is the experience of all the spontaneously perfected, victorious ones. There are many kinds of audiences for self-evident awareness. Their playfulness is beyond 100,000 infinities. Self-originating awareness dawns on everyone. There are no differences among the different teachers and audiences. The time that is inconceivable is the one time that has no past or future. When we understand the one time, we understand all time. Our time and our ideas are taught to be one. The heart of the wheel of self-originating clear light is a great bliss that is beyond praise or blame. Like the sky, we are beyond being the object of any thought. All of the teachings, with no exceptions, are gathered within the heart where causes and results are spontaneously perfected. The contemplation of the one time is explained to be like the sky. The teacher, the place, the audience, the time, and the teaching, the taste and form that come from the true excellence of our self-originating playfulness, just as they are, is without any difference. We are perfected in our hearts. All of the dharmas, however many there may be, are totally perfected within the light of jewels. From the primordial, no birth or ending has been present. The perfection of our hearts is one, so we abide. From the primordial, it is our true nature to be one, and we really do teach that the three times are one. We understand all the dharmas in the 10 directions, whether they be extreme or middling, without position or preference, in a single moment. We use whatever we may be craving for our investigations. Our lists, meditations, and researches are apparent due to our own investigations. The applications for these things will be exhausted in a single moment. It is actually our hearts that cut through our hopes and fears. When we understand that there is no traveling, the abode that we go to is an understanding of the abode that is our own awareness. So we go. All things, with no exception, are the abode of Akanishta, which is our awareness. This is actually the palace of all the Buddhas. Our circle does not have any above or below positions or parts. We call it the abode of Akanishta. This self-originating heart is the cause of everything. The 5 causes, the 3 results, and all the rest. We teach the end of the sky in the 10 directions. This is what is explained to be the audience that has gathered. Everyone, with no exception, is pure in his heart. It is due to the special qualities in our realities and our intellects that whatever we look at in terms of our own position is already passed from us. So we explain it to our audience. Once we understand that this is actually the meaning for the way we live, our rewards will be spontaneously realized. Moreover, all the Buddhas, however many there may be, come forth from this, and so are teachers. As for the basic scene, which has a meaning and has words, it is the basis for all of the topics discussed by all the Buddhas, however many there may be, and by all of the lineages of the word, with no exceptions. This is a basic topic, the meaning of which is uncontrived. The true basis for everything the lineage of the word must discuss, and the cause for its arising, is that a true master who has a perfect store brings forth a discussion of a topic, so it is truly the basic topic. A self-originating heart is a clear light. It is a jewel that spontaneously realizes and protects our contemplations. Our discussion of the topic gives rise to everything, nothing excepted. The basic topic has been described as the essence of us all. This is a heart that brings things together, the true natures of all the Buddhas, with none excepted. So the creator of our fields and domains is pure wisdom. It is due to the differences in the thoughts of our disciples that they resemble 4 kinds of precious jewels and their virtues. These appear in their special qualities as individuals, for they do not have any separate appearance. We perfect our uncontrived hearts within ourselves. Our self-originating playfulness is self-evident. When any craving for causes and results is not present, our self-evidence is described as being a perfect store. Our hearts are perfect, like light. There are differences in our cravings for causes and results, and for natural contemplations are turned backwards. Our awareness of the differences there are in what they resemble and what they appear to be is self-evident. That is what he said. From the great Tantra that is equal to the end of the sky, this is chapter 29, an explanation of the basic scene. Chapter 30, page 243. Explaining that self-originating wisdom arises by itself. Then the collective audience of self-evident playfulness addressed Vajrasattva with these words: "You are the wealth that is the treasure of the bodies, speech, and minds of all the victorious ones of the three times. You are the master who perfects the teachings on awareness. You actually dawn within an uncontrived playfulness. Why do you explain the base? What is the way for the pathway that we enter? How are we to abide in the way of the result? Speak well to us." That is what he asked. Then Sattva gave instruction with these words: "Now listen, O great assembly who has gathered. This is actually a teaching about our abode and our understanding regarding the true nature of an uncontrived mind. It is its awareness, clear light, and emptiness. Buddhas and sentient beings are not a duality. There is no difference between ignorance and wisdom. This is actually the heart of our self-originating awareness. The light of our self-evident playfulness dawns as a clear light on a spontaneously perfected jewel. The foundation for all our desires is to have no position. As for the true nature of our uncontrived natural state, the clear light of our awareness is truly empty. This is a heart that is beyond positions and preferences. It is beyond being a dharma that may be divided or separated. It has no ending, like the true nature of the sky. Self-originating awareness has no boundaries or limitations. Our joining together with the end of the sky is an abode for all Buddhas and sentient beings. Like the sky, we encompass all things. This is the heart of everyone, with no exceptions. The true nature of our secret has no ending or middle. Our self-origination is like that of a heart that is filthless. Our own tradition is to settle into our base. A light that is clear will beam out in its clarity, without regard to our position or preference. Through the blessings of symbols and conventionalities, we all melt into a heart of awareness. Our thusness is a heart that is empty. We have the blessings of a self-originating bliss. This is the heart of our great bliss. A universal crown resembles the virtue of its clarity. Without seeking it, our good works are spontaneously completed. But when we are cut off from the treasure that is our method and the oral lineage, we may be perfected in ourselves, but we do not see it. One who abides perfects the base of his purpose. But if no logic for our awareness has been born, and our understandings have no bases that are meaningful, we will not be free. This is like a pathway of samsara. This heart of self-originating clarity turns out to be fully present in us all. If we are blessed by the contemplations of the oral lineage, and we use the logic in our awareness to see what is meaningful, we will not need any symbols or conventionalities for our transmission, our awareness, or anything else. When we do not understand our own characteristics, we will crave some characteristics that are universal. It would seem that our oral lineage is lacking in experience. How will it cut through our hopes and fears? Once we understand the meaning of a stainless heart, it will be clear that our spontaneous realization has no position or preference. When we settle ourselves without contrivance, we go on to the end. Our understanding has been described to be the basis for our purpose. It originates and brings us all together. So our actual base is described as being good. As for the teaching on the true nature of our path, there is the division of meaning and words. The thing that we must teach is the true heart of our purpose. Our logic will not turn out to be self-originating. The true heart of all logic is a purpose that includes 8 things, such as an essence. As for the self-originating heart that is uncontrived, we live within a single nature, but we do not recognize any form to it at all. Its characteristic is a shining wisdom. Its essence does not change. That is the way it is. We have no reason for being born that we may refer to. Where would there be any destruction of what is not born? We live we live according to the way in which our complete perfection makes things clear, as if it was the virtue of a precious jewel. We are beyond any conditions for our births, any traveling, any maturation, any realization, any destruction, any sign, and any differential conditions. We perfect causes and conditions in our Vajras. We are like hearts that have been gathered in the sea. Whatever the true meaning of our perfection may be, whether we are gathering, abiding, or coming forth, there is something to be explained in words that are sure. Whatever our base, path, reward, or individual situation may be, it will be a way of signs and analogies. However we put things together is how they are. As for the characteristics of a self-originating heart, it may be anything. It is associated with all forms. The positions and borders for things like rejections and acceptance, for negating and proving things, are not dharmas that are sure. A heart that is self-originating has no measure. The measure of its purity, the measure of its clarity, the measure of its pervasive, subtle playfulness, and its actually being without any measure, this is its measure. Our majestic methods are effortless. Our minds encompass the sky. Our method, base, and rewards for our understanding of awareness are actually our wisdom. This is the transmission of effortless perfection. We savor the experience that is a sign of a pathway that is meaningful. To be troubled, to be open, and to be radiant. This is a teaching on the 3 times. It is actually an explanation of how our community and the Vajra sky are methods for training living beings. Being open, being liberated, and bringing things forth, these turn out to be our reverence, our understanding, and our resolve. Discussion and understanding are actually immersions. Our discussions and awarenesses are the voice of reality, a symbol, a liberation, a settling of the dance. These are actually a sentience of great bliss. Our self-awareness is a sentience that is untroubled. We have no cravings for any end or middle, any hopes or fears. As things are, we do not come from or go anywhere. When we understand that we are not traveling, that is the level of the one time. When we have no position or preference, our sentience is an understanding. When we engage in what it means to be uncontrived, that is our path. If we do not employ the conditions that are a pathway for words to exemplify things, our purpose, which is hidden inside of 9 darknesses, will not be clear. The symbols and the validations that we contemplate are words that are connected to the purposes of the oral lineage. Without exception, they exemplify a purpose that is sure. These are the purposes for the pathway of words. The dharmas of travel, generation, and maturation are not rewards for our quests and projections. They are the rewards for our birth and our destruction. The thing we are to attain is not a reward that any others may have. As for rewards that are self-originating and spontaneously perfected, out of the infinite playfulness of our true selves, there is nothing to be attained from anyone other than ourselves. A precious jewel resembles a virtue that is completely perfect. We do not dam the river of our magnificent self-evidence. That is what he said. From the great Tantra that is equal to the end of the sky, this is chapter 30, explaining that self-originating wisdom arises by itself. In chapter 31, page 251, the key to our explanations. Then again, the community that was the audience of the self-evident playfulness of our awareness addressed Sattva Vajra with these words: "The magnificent heart of all the Buddhas is a wheel in which the Buddha embodies a blazing light. An unspoken awareness is the speech of our hearts. The clear light of our self-awareness is a heart of great bliss. O protector, my question to you is, what is the pervasive space that we contemplate? How will the Upadesha instructions in your will and testament be invoked? What are the 9 spaces that we do not remove? As a self-originating playfulness dawns on us, how are the planets and stars arrayed throughout the day? There are 5 universal purposes for the transmission of the sentience that encompasses the sky. How are we to talk about them? How do you explain our perfect store? Please explain these things to us." So did he address him. Then the Blessed One, Sattva Vajra, gave instruction with these words: "O great community that has gathered, listen now. As things are, the dharmas that appear, the many kinds of memories and ideas we are aware of, and the true contemplations of all the victorious ones, are the bodhicitta, which does not differentiate. As for the true nature of all dharmas, none excepted, they rise up out of the uncontrived bodhicitta. The heart of all the dharmas, with none excepted, is the space of the sky, which has no position or preference. This naturally encompassing space has no position or preference. At the heart of our uncontrived purpose, there is a logic for how we are aware. We are all like water and water bubbles, like pictures of waves upon the ocean. However we may appear, we touch upon ourselves. Many things may arise, but we are liberated within ourselves. Whatever we may understand in our lack of any position, our understanding is an encompassing space, for we have no position or preference. There are no obstacles to our understanding. It is like the true nature of the positionless sky. It does not depend on any position or covering. Thinking that it is beyond the perspective of the three times and the many things with their differences and parts is like a river of water. We are clear in our unity. A heart that brings all things together while the true nature of all things is actually one is described to be a contemplation that encompasses space. Our majestic method is a secret purpose we do not contrive. People investigate things with magical collections of sound that are actually the special qualities of their intellect. Then all the work that they do in preparation creates all the rituals that are in stages. Then, according to the stages of their devotion and their intellects, they actually join up with a natural state that is a contrivance. According to the secret instructions of the Aro lineage, when those who are present have ideas, we give them things to teach them. According to the instructions of Mahadeva, there is nothing like the understanding that comes from our family. All of our decoding of symbols and their meanings, however much it may be, is a liberation of samsara into its own place. This is why, no matter what we may be teaching, it is just this. The execution of the will and testament of the Upadesha instructions is the universal transmission of the teachings of the nine spaces. As for the essence of the teaching on the nine spaces, our view is a space that has no position or preference. Our practice is an ornament that does not hinder our appearance. It is actually a mandala of playfulness that we do not set up. It is a space of perfection that is not imparted or received. It is actually the samaya of our unprotected awareness. It is a space of good deeds that are beyond our works and quests. It is the levels and paths that we do not study or travel over. Spontaneously realized rewards shine naturally within our wisdom, which has no obstructions. The lineage of the word is all in all the teachings of the great perfection is a universal key. We gather thusness into the bodhicitta. Anything and everything that is clear, however many things there may be, is hereby taught to perfection. Here, we use the nine precious spaces to teach the distilled intent of all the lineages of the word of the great perfection. Moreover, everything about this uncontrived heart is a precious jewel that is perfect. We bring everything together into a heart of emptiness. The true nature of our forms is inconceivable. Our base, path, and reward, our precious bodies, speech, and minds, the majestic circle that is our mandala, the complications we enumerate, however many there may be. We do not confuse all these enumerations that we talk about and teach for a heart that is completely perfect. Many kinds of awareness dawn by themselves from out of the uncontrived heart of emptiness. Emptiness is the majestic space of the sky. And just as the planets and stars are arrayed within the sky, all the lineages of the word of the great perfection, with no exceptions, are branches that have been cut off from the teachings. The teachings on our true sentience are most precious. As for the true cause that brings all things forth, it is actually the true nature of our uncontrived sentience, the essence of our sentient awareness, and the essence of our pervasive compassion. As for the true nature of our uncontrived sentience, it is a characteristic of the unborn body of the Dharma. Its essential characteristics are spontaneously realized. Non-duality is the body of our perfect pleasure. Our compassion is spontaneously realized. Our manifest body arises without position or preference. The cause of thusness, its connection and rewards, are not gradual. The teachers who explain these things, the astounding palace that is our true abode, the communities in the audience who have gradually come together, the times in which the teachings are explained, those who hold to the unmistaken compilation are like authors on the special qualities of the teachings. A self-originating and perfect store is actually a teaching that has 18 parts. Our awareness has a self-evident playfulness. These things are explained when there is a perfect store. Due to its being a truly universal transmission, we use 5 general topics in its explanation. It is taught with the meaning of its history, its roots, the meaning of yoga, its intended requirements, and the meaning of the words. Our teacher has the true nature of being an embodiment of the Dharma. The Tantra on the contemplations of the victorious ones of the 3 times is actually an object by which we appear to ourselves. It is explained by our use of blessings. We use our contemplations to comprehend the present purpose for what is being explained, which is the resolve from our awareness of samadhi. We use our own essence to explain the words on settling ourselves in an uncontrived intent. We teach people who are mean and whose fortune is weak. We use symbolic words to comment on and discuss the magical words of the secret Aro lineage. We use the words that we say to explain things. Each and every one of the dharmas, however many there may be, is actually a heart that brings us all together. The one is actually the true nature of us all. Nothing remains. We are completely perfect. This is like a heart that brings the oceans together. The entire totality of the special qualities of our vehicles comes forth from this and is gathered into this. Our own mind is a vehicle of perfection. In the true nature of our uncontrived sentience, we are beyond all symbols and conventionalities. But because we must understand thusness with certainty, the teachings of the great perfection have been put into order. They used a key of words to open the doors of a precious treasury, and in an effort to teach its meaning without mistake, the meanings of the words have been put into order. This is actually the heart of our unmistaken purpose. This is the magic key of the Aro lineage. It is a secret for everyone, with no exceptions. It is a treasure that is hidden in 9 darknesses. When we teach this treasure of an unmistaken sentience to those whose fortune is to be evil and who are obstructed by their karma, we are like loose ends that are all wrapped up. Once we have fallen, we will be lost from the family of the free. That is what he said. from the great Tantra that is equal to the end of the sky. This is chapter 31, the key to our explanations. Chapter 32, page 259. Then again, receiving and supporting precious things. Then again, the communities who had gathered addressed Sattva with these words. All the victorious ones of the three times have expounded the self-evident wheel of the treasure of our awareness, this wheel that is secret, leaving nothing out. O protector, my question to you is, what is our true essence? How does it turn out that there are these conditions? What will be our method by which we exemplify this? What is the essence of our path? How would it be appropriate to exemplify it with analogies? Please explain these things to us. So did he address him. Then Sattva gave instruction with these words. O communities who have gathered, now listen. The essence of a bodhisattva is a heart that brings everyone together. The aspect of his one taste is beyond any discussion. He does not beam out like the mandalas of the sun and moon. Our variety is perfected in its own intent. From the primordial, it is empty of any exaggeration or depreciation. With no exceptions, we are the heart of the Vajra. Our thusness is an experience of three kinds of spontaneous realization. The uncontrived three bodies are spontaneously realized. This resembles an island of blazing jewels. What we see and do not see does not change. Just so, the true nature of a secret does not change. An intellect that is a creator of causes and conditions has not existed from the primordial, but is spontaneously realized. With no exceptions, we are speaking about the heart of our awareness. Everything has the sound of our true liberation. As for the true nature of all the dharmas, none excepted, they are perfected in the essence of our natural living. As for the true explanation of what our conditions are, the condition that reaches our ends, both external and internal, is actually a guru who possesses all of the good qualities. He is a condition for making things clear. As for people who have lost it, this is like the lost treasure of the oral transmission. If we lack the conditions for our own lives to be natural, we are like those who enter into empty houses of treasure. For so long as we have yet to reach the end of the sky, we will lose our purpose, which is a heart that is free. When we teach methods for something to someone, everything that appears in the apparent world, just as it is, turns into an actual mirror of our clarity. No matter what we look at, that is exactly what we see. In the yoga that is endowed with methods, we ourselves arise as lamps for the apparent world. In the yoga that is beyond any symbols, we live where our wisdom does not rise or set. Our own conditions are not our own conditions are our liberation. It is like ripples on water. Everything appears, but is of one taste. The special qualities of our senses, just as they are, is that if we do not have methods to make things clear, we are like the people who fight at gatherings. Our true selves will not be free from sorrow. It is due to the special qualities of our lineage and of our direct perception that we are taught through the doorways of a natural state that is a contrivance. We will understand this the moment we first throw something, while we must know it within 3 throws. The actual moment when we give up our work, our actual meeting with and touching on perfection, the blaze when our senses meet our hearts, the astounding perfection that comes from the 3 bodies, these are our magnificent methods for making things genuinely clear. We may consider anything that is exemplified by the contrivances that come forth, due to the special qualities of our vehicle. Those who do not understand teach methods that are contrivances. Those who understand are actually in a self-evident playfulness. As for the number of our contrivances, they are actually 3. Those who understand contrive their ideas. Our wisdom is contrived by its illusions, and great bliss is contrived by our illusions. We apply our methods to the doors that we contrive. We teach them in a way that uses a 5, a 2, and a 3. As for the better lamps that are present externally and internally, once we teach them, we are doing a yoga that is pervasive. The way it is beyond being an object or a mind. We give birth to a clarity for some entities that we have experienced for ourselves, and that we follow and agree with. These are the Upadesha instructions for abandoning visualizations. We are liberated into a space of self-originating emptiness. When someone is aware of something as a path of practice, his yoga is to be confused about what is external and what is internal. One who settles himself into an uncontrived freshness abides in a yoga that is unmoving and stable. Our self-origination is a sound that is not spoken for any listeners. When we listen to ourselves, we will hear by ourselves. Once our awareness has become stable throughout the 3 times, we will finally be liberated into the experience of our hearts. At first, we have no position or preference. Anything we may look at with restricted senses will actually be the heart of a Vajra, which we do not see. We remain in a dominion where there is no contraction or expansion. We teach people who are very distracted the Upadesha instructions for restricting our awareness. If it turns out that they are depending on one pointed immersion, a self-originating relaxation will liberate them. When our awareness of what we experience is born into a dance, when what we savor and what appears are confused, and when our perfect awareness does not move, these are the Upadesha instructions for the mudra that we do not leave behind. First, we are born. Then we savor our experiences. Through our immersion, we understand, crave, and turn back thusness. We do not hunt. We are present in the experience of our fullness. There are no interruptions to our great bliss. We cut through the movement within us. True wisdom is not understood or practiced. When we are walking, there is no outside or inside. A self-originating bliss will become clear. As for the Upadesha instructions on our beginningless senses, Without hunting for any structure or lack of structure, our senses have no position. We abide in clarity. When we settle in without thoughts, we will be liberated. As for the knowledge of self-originating awareness, it is beyond any hunting, whether finished or unfinished. These are the Upadesha instructions for taking measure of the time. We abide in the clarity of thusness without being distracted. When we settle our senses into a gentle ease, there are the Upadesha instructions that are like a pond of water. Without our seeking it, our awareness is liberated from its dominion. From the tears of our own circle will come two kinds of support. Because we are free from any inner or outer structure, we know everything without exception, and we meet up with the symbols. Uncontrived awareness is a path that is meaningful. Everything is like a heart that has one taste. With no exceptions, infinite hundreds of thousands of all our memories and ideas swirl into one. We are like waterfalls or butter lamps. Everyone has a heart of great bliss. Our wisdom is clear when we let our senses wander. We are all brought together into a great circle. When we understand that there is no traveling and there is no cleansing, we go. The level of Buddhahood is not contrived by our understandings. We use the branches of the 7 analogies for the path in this way. We have no position or preference. We are completely perfect. We are not confused about anything. We live in an unlimited unity. This is a teaching on the true analogy for the actual pathway of the 7. That is what he said. From the great Tantra that is equal to the end of the sky, this is chapter 32, Receiving and Supporting Precious Things. Chapter 33 on page 267. Explaining the precious treasure of the 9 treasuries. Then again, the community, in its self-evident playfulness, addressed Sattva Vajra with these words: the self-originating sun is a lord of light. It is a self-originating and spontaneously perfect precious jewel. Its compassionate skill in methods is inconceivable. O protector, my question to you is, how is it that a circle is round? How would it be reasonable to call our emotional problems a path? How are we to use the so-called 9 treasuries? I beg you to teach me well. So did they address him. O great host that has gathered, now listen. A circle does not dissipate, which is the meaning of its roundness. This is a teaching on the 3 kinds of thusness. The circle that is an uncontrived pervasion, the circle that is a symbolic sign, and the circle that is the intent of our ideas. In the experience of our hearts, they are not different. From the primordial, our hearts have had a single true nature. True perfection is an uncontrived circle. We live within an awareness that is empty inside. All of the dharmas, with none excepted, however many there may be, come forth from this, and are gathered into this. Our true pervasion is to have no position or preference. It is round and has no parts. It is empty inside and is totally pervasive. It spreads out and withdraws, so it is a circle. Like the ending of the vastness of the sky, we all live within its magnificent pervasion. It is a purpose of the heart for which everyone lives. As for a logic that is beyond praise and blame, it is actually the heart of all the Buddhas. This is a purpose that is hidden within 9 darknesses. Our sign uses a circle of stone to show that everyone is at the heart of his own self-origination. In the circle of the Ratna Mandala, our first reality is within us. So we teach about the heart that has no roots. From out of it, something beams out as a light. Those who have the mandala of the 5 kinds of desire and who have many kinds of lusts and hatreds revert themselves into beginnings that have no ends. Our actual summit has no roots. Our own essence is the same. We do not separate from the purpose of our hearts. We put the circle of the apparent world into this. So within our great circle, we are stamped with a seal. Our exemplifications are a circle of symbols. The logic of our awareness, or else our hearts, may become disturbed within this world of eons. But if we were to teach people who have no families, due to their meanness, the secrets of the Aral lineage, we will be like the swift movers who have no intervening boundaries. We will fall into the abode of the Vajra hell. When we meet up with those whose karma is fortunate, and we engage them in a purpose that is methodical and secret, we are like the light and the precious jewels that shine. We set the apparent world to blaze in great bliss. We leave behind the objectives of both hope and fear. When we travel and strive, there is no pathway for causes and results. A circle of understanding fills us all. We leave behind the objectives that are the right angles of our heart's purpose and that cut off our positions, boundaries, and families. The dharmas that we experience and feel in our memory and our awareness, however many there may be, are self-originating, self-liberating, and self-pacifying. We are like the water bubbles on the great ocean. Without our seeking it, our self-origination goes on to the other side. Buddhas and sentient beings are not a duality. The sentience we believe in is present without any traveling or strife. As for this, it is the pathway of the heart. Without our seeking it, we perfect all of our purposes. The 5 kinds of lust and hatred, which are abandoned by us all, our bondage and our sorrow, are the pathways of horrible lives. When we touch, 9 are the sorrows we give birth to. What is ordinary is well known to us all. When the Aral lineage uses an ambrosia from the heart of a precious one who has no impediments to be planted in some fortunate ones, it will be like seeing an island of blazing jewels. From that point on, any emotional problems that may arise will be seen as experiences for an uncontrived heart. The hearts of us all are actually empty. First, there is what comes from them, and in this way we abide in them. In the end, thusness is self-liberating. Our emotional problems are said to be the pathway of our hearts. For those whose purpose is an uncontrived heart, we teach that there are 9 greater virtues to disciples who delight in numbering things. It brings us what we desire. It perfects our purpose. It has no exhaustion, so it is a storehouse of treasure. We teach them that our objective is to use the 9 spaces for our understandings. Their greater virtues are infinite. We never reach any end in the counting of our treasury. The heart of our awareness spins us into one. That is what he said. From the great Tantra that is equal to the end of the sky, this is chapter 33, explaining the precious treasure of the 9 treasuries. And that's going to be our reading for today.
You want to stop here?